I remember there's a tweet ages ago. It's like where people talk about how a vagina gets wider the more dicks it has in it, but nobody talks about how penises get whittled down.
Yeah, we're running now.
We're
We can
talking
riff.
about fake tans, and basically, the system that they have at the tanning shop, which is why it's so cheap, is my understanding, is they essentially just like plug a bottle into a machine, and the machine sprays you like Ross and Friends.
Yeah.
Do we know this?
Oh, okay. So you're in like a booth and you you rotate
and then
like,
it tells
like
you
a
to
doner
rotate.
kebab.
But I feel like I've told the story a million times before. But one time I went to the man who calls himself the Tom Ford of spray tanning. He's at the W Hotel in Leicester Square.
Okay. He's like the only straight man in spray tanning. Is
He
Tom
also
Ford
has a
straight?
film career.
Oh, is he gay?
Yeah, famously gay.
Oh, okay.
Foundations
They're
of
all
his career.
famously gay. No, there's one really famous male fashion designer who's like surprisingly straight, but I
think
can't
it's like
remember.
Tommy Hilfiger.
Yeah,
think it's
maybe. I
Alexander
thought
McQueen.
maybe it was
Yeah.
Tom Ford, but I was
But
wrong.
weirdly, that makes sense.
Yeah. He is
Because
the
I'm
straightest
straight.
of them all.
Yeah.
Bit of fun.
That was
fun.
good. That was
Well, you
good.
didn't laugh. It made it homophobic. That was really goes to show that comedy is a dialectic between comedian and audience, and the audience's response does it changes the meaning of the piece.
Yeah. Retroactively.
Yeah.
So the Tom Ford of spray tan. So I'm assuming someone like referred to him, and he like one spray tan Kylie. So in his office at the W, he has
Minogue or Jenna?
who?
Which
Kylie?
Minogue.
Minogue.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
sorry. I'm of an age where it's obviously Minogue. And so he's a huge decal on his wallet that says Tom Ford of spray tanning. I sure hope someone else said this apart from him because he did get a decal made.
That's sick
And
though.
then-
Fake it till you make it. Say it about yourself. Why not?
You're the Tom Ford of podcasting, and then
yeah, that's right.
in that you're gay.
But surprisingly.
So and then when he asked me what color I wanted to be, all the colors were like, do you want Malibu? Do you want South of France? And I was like, what? He's like, do you want Bondi? And I'm like, what do these colors mean? Do you know
That's
what
like
I mean?
being in Starbucks, like venti,
Exactly.
cunty, whatever. I'm like, what is
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
I want Dublin.
I have
But
such
Yeah.
a little framework of reference for what a Tom Ford of anything is. It's
Okay.
utterly meaningless to me. I'm like, he's the Tommy Hilfiger of like figure skating. I don't know what these concepts mean.
Yeah,
They're giving me
too
nothing.
far apart.
Much like
Yeah.
me when the concepts of being Malibu or Bondi bronzed meant nothing to me.
Yeah. Whereas
Which
if
one
you
did
said
you
the
go for?
Tonya Harding of fashion design, I would understand immediately.
What would that mean?
Sabotaging the other
Yeah.
designers.
The most
Fucking,
abusive one,
Cutting
yeah.
cutting the high heels of the models in half and gluing them back together flimsily so they just like absolutely stack it off the runway. Yeah. Ruining.
Interesting to do it by country. I feel like that could be an issue.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
what countries can't you do? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot
yeah.
of countries actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most countries.
I like the game of
really.
chicken that's being played here and just like Willie name one.
No, you know.
Because actually, I feel like it's not offensive to name a country where that would be offensive to do a spray tan of. I think that's we all know which
South
countries
Africa?
they are. Yeah.
then
Doing
that's
a white, the
confusing.
white
Yeah,
South
then
African
it's
spray tan.
then it's
Yeah.
debate on
Depends which one.
who's in charge now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, would you like the Zealand or the Lake Bled? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. The Cape Town.
See what I mean? You're not having this discussion. It's making you sweat.
It's the tone of the accent you're allowed to do. It's that one.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's like
go
the
on.
kind of leathery white woman who's been out in the sun for a long time, you know?
Yeah,
It's that one. Yeah.
Pierre Novelli.
That's what Pierre sounds like. I'm just trying to bring his spirit into the podcast.
Where is Pierre?
Where is Pierre? Good.
Celebrating
being
his engagement?
engaged
He's in
somewhere?
France.
I think he's being engaged.
He's got the south of France, and
Yeah.
he is there.
He's he's getting the
Yeah.
south of France as we speak.
Yeah.
south of
I
France.
would love to see Pierre get a spray tan. I think he
Yeah.
would find it so utterly pointless as a
Do you
thing
have
to
It would
do.
cost him twice as much because they would have to use 2 bottles because he's got so much body. You
Well,
know?
that's the thing with the hair. You have to get the hair off because then there's a
Because
problem.
it's
on
a
the hair.
shadow.
Mm.
It's a shadow of your hair.
Yeah, because it totally. Yes, you're completely right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
And then you shave it afterwards, and then you still look hairy because it's like the negative space of where your hair was.
because you've essentially stenciled yourself.
Yeah,
You
but I
Banksy'd
kind of think I
yourself.
should get one.
I'm
Maybe.
the Banksy of spray tan. I come out as just a girl holding a balloon on my back.
All my spray tans make you think.
Samuel Jackson with banana on your front. Yeah, on your
Also,
pubes.
if anybody's watching on YouTube, the reason I'm laughing like this is because I had 7 stitches on my leg.
Yeah.
And I was surfing in
snitched.
India. Yeah. Okay. Stitches get
Universal
stitches,
of
and then they
Yeah.
become scabs. Hello?
Hello.
come on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something
Very
to
well.
think about.
Yeah.
Anyways, I was surfing, and then the surfboard hit me in the face, and so it went like under my chin, and so my upper tooth cut through my
Ooh.
lower lip.
Oh.
And then I got 7 stitches.
You kind of look like Blake Lively, you know how she sort of like talks like this?
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Oh,
like she's
yes.
kind of blowing on a spoon of soup all the
Yeah,
time.
she does.
Yeah.
That's how she
Yeah,
looks.
yeah,
like
yeah.
this.
Thank you
it's
so much.
Very glam.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Have you considered
bit
marrying a
nice.
really annoying man?
I love you, Ewan.
That'd be yes.
I've bought a lower league football team.
That's what my.
and
That's
I think
what
we're going to
my
make them into a
boyfriend sounds like.
success. Yeah. He has a very deep voice. Yeah.
Wow, congratulations.
But he has other qualities, but that's the
His
one
deep
that's
voice, I'd
most
say, is
relevant.
number
Yeah.
one. I'd say the
Kind
most
of communicates like a
noticeable.
whale across like
Yeah,
long
yeah.
distances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Put my hand to the
vibrational.
wall and like wow,
You can
we need
recognize
milk.
it out of 1,000 men. It's like a penguin.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think I'd
Mm.
recognize his voice sooner than I'd recognize his dick out of a lineup.
Wow.
Yeah, but dicks are quite, you know.
All right, next
I
episode
think
of
me
this
too,
is like
actually.
naked attraction.
That's something that we all have in common here with you. We all recognise his voice over his
No
dick.
one here is wearing trousers.
That's the beauty of it being a table podcast.
Olga, watching Olga laugh like this is like, it's very strange. She looks like a train.
It also,
This is the way that Thomas the Tank Engine would laugh. Yeah. Big puff of smoke coming out. Yeah, sorry, yeah.
It also kind of makes it sound like you have previous boyfriends who you would recognize primarily by their penis.
Yeah, with less recognizable voices than dicks, for sure.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like the voice tends to be more.
Do you think
recognizable than-
Olga's goes for similar types? That could be the issue.
I leave a mark.
Yeah.
I leave a mark on the dick.
Yeah.
Like a thieves' cant carved into the wood of a
Yeah.
No one leaves here unchanged.
I brand them. Yeah, the pH balance is so off, and they just have like chemical burns.
Just bleach forever.
Yeah.
The Siberian mummy just kind of
Peroxide puke.
That would be a great tattoo, like on the pubic mound. No one leaves here unchanged.
I remember there was a tweet ages ago. It's like where people talk about how a vagina gets wider the more dicks it has in it, but nobody talks about how penises get whittled down by the more. It's like pencil sharpener.
Whenever I hear whistle, I think flute. So that's a fun image.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Like you're into.
I'm big into whistling.
Woodworking? Yeah.
You know, Jesus, a carpenter, famously ripped.
Yeah. Was he
Speaking
carving
of
down
Jesus,
his own
can I
penis?
ask a question to the group?
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference when you pray to Jesus versus pray to God? When do you decide
Oh.
which do you prefer?
Well, isn't it the Father, Son, Holy Ghost? It's sort of like you're thinking of all of those lines
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
So
same
you're
time.
not like choosing what you're gonna ask directly of God, or asking Jesus to ask God for you.
Right, so it's,
Do you
so
think
it's like,
asking
oh, do you want to
Jesus is
vent
like-
or do you want advice kind of
Yeah,
thing?
I think
right.
Jesus is more likely to give me like a micro scooter.
Or is like,
Okay. Playing your parents off against each other.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Jesus is a bit of a
is
soft touch.
Jesus
Yeah.
like asking your dad, but God is like asking your mum?
Yeah. So you only
Yeah.
come with like the big stuff.
I feel
to-
like
to
Jesus
mom.
would have more sympathy, so you could ask him for like cheekier stuff.
No,
Like
I
a
feel
scooter.
like Holy
Like a
Spirit
scooter,
is
yeah.
the mum. The Father is the Father.
But then who's
Jesus is like, ask my dad.
Yeah.
Go on.
Who's
Yeah.
Jesus? Like
Jesus
the
is like
uncle?
your kind of like tearaway cousin who's like
Right,
they just kind
okay.
of they're
They're like
there so
somehow is there for
Yeah.
you.
yeah, exactly.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's like if you need to kind of like find something off the books.
My ripped
Jesus.
carpenter cousin.
Yeah.
My aunt and uncle wanted him to go to business school, but he's like, you know, man, I've just ploughed my own furrow in life. You know, it's cool, man.
I'm
You
sure
can be
that's
whatever.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I've met a lot of bisexuals who are carpenters.
Yeah.
And you know what? They're great people. So I think you should have the confidence to be yourself.
Are we implying that Jesus is canonically bisexual?
How come there's no stuff?
72
That's fun.
ripped dudes.
How
Yeah.
come they're not selling like some of Jesus' old tables? You know, like a spice rack that he did or something.
I like that.
You know?
I like
Yeah,
that a lot.
like a
Yeah,
bookend.
yeah,
I feel like they
For
sell a
his
lot of
mum.
Jesus merch, but none of his spice rack. Like there should be like a spice rack behind a glass
Or like a
cage or
box,
something
a
in the
wooden
British
box that you
Museum.
made.
An IKEA,
yeah,
like
yeah.
a Malm collection, but it's the Jesus edition.
The Jesus.
Because surely he made
He put
so
together
many
a
boxes.
6-drawer malm with only the included Allen key. And if that doesn't prove that he had powers, I don't know what does.
Yeah.
Yeah, a table for 12.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, table for oh my god, yeah.
It was a long table.
I can't believe that they don't have that. You know,
It
when
was
you
only long because they were all sitting on the one side.
Yeah. And I know it's a hack bit to say that, but it's like it must have been preposterous.
Yeah.
Them all
Yeah.
sat on one side. But easy for service, I guess.
Mm.
It's kind of like one of those Japanese ramen bars, you know, where you're just
Yeah, it's like a conveyor belt.
Or
Yeah.
a banquet like at a medieval
It's
times. as if
Benihana.
they were-
flicking shrimp into the mouth of Judas. Like, okay, this one time.
Judas there, like, oh, no shrimp for me.
Yeah.
What's wrong,
He
Judas?
didn't-
You're not enjoying the shrimp being thrown into your mouth.
He didn't do the smoke train. He didn't do the onion train. Time to betray my best friend. You know, he was the only one that didn't get his birthday there.
Yeah. The Pharisees at the next table loving the onion train. Having a great time. They love Benihana, those guys.
But also crazy that I've never seen, you know, the things you put your head in at the beach.
Oh, yeah.
That for the Last Supper.
Yeah. Where is that painting? Is it like in the Louvre? Or
Milan?
Milan? Yeah. They should
I
have
crazy?
that in that museum.
Yeah,
that would
for
be
sure.
fun. Like in
come on.
front of the
Yeah.
painting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they've all
Definitely.
got their dicks out under the
Isn't that the
table.
best version of that?
You
There's
need
a sort of
12
face and
friends.
glory hole
yeah.
arrangement.
The glory hole
Truly the
version.
glory of-
Yeah, the glory hole version.
Glory hole
The
version.
glory hole version
Yeah.
of the Last Supper
So
would
maybe
go off.
how about you get 20 you get 24 friends, 12 in the head, 12 in the dick holes.
Oh, you have to match them up.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my god! And one in the onion volcano.
And one of them is your ex-boyfriend,
That's
and
the
you have to
one show the
identify.
Japan gets from us.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, they don't let you
Yeah.
fuck the onion volcano. Yeah.
Trust
They're
me,
very
I
strict
know.
on
Not
that.
again. Not in this economy. Not anymore.
I took my friends to Benihana, and
yeah.
the guy that I was telling them all about it and how great it was, and the guy we got cooking was just like not the guy. Like he was barely doing any tricks.
What the fuck?
Like I looked insane.
It
The
was
way I
like
was
me
pitching it. He was like,
skateboarding.
he put the pepper,
just
he put the egg
straight
in his
line.
hat. He didn't even put the egg in his hat.
He didn't put the egg in his hat.
Didn't put
And
the
the
egg in
thing
his
is,
hat.
saying
He
that to
barely even
someone-
he seasoned the food without even slapping against the the paddle. He just seasoned it with his hands.
What the fuck is the
You know,
point
I
there?
almost felt like taking him aside and just
Complaining.
being like, "Get your fucking head in the game. Like, do not fucking embarrass me in
Get the
front of my
fucking egg in
fucking
the
friends
hat."
on my fucking 31st birthday. On my fucking 31st birthday."
That's nuts, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I just remembered that's just really soured it for me because every time
Yeah.
it's been a straight 10 out of 10 experience. He made it a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, and he really embarrassed you in front of
Did you
your
complain?
No, I didn't complain. I'm not, you know, he was having a bad day, but sure, but like, fucking don't come to work. If you're
But
gonna
is
be
it a
like that.
pagliacci situation where you have to throw a shrimp into his mouth?
Oh, right, to remind him
To
what
activate
he's
him.
giving to
Yeah.
people. yeah, the arc.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
need like a Christmas Carol, but for the Benihana show.
I would also love to see someone in a really bad mood just like put the egg in the hat, just like the worst, the most straight face, just
Yeah,
all
yeah.
crying slightly, you know, like eyes full of tears, and they're just like doing
Going
somersaults.
through the
Yeah.
motions.
Yeah, just doing it.
How was the sad train? The really sad smoke train?
Yeah.
The old train? Mm.
My
What would
husband
you-
left me on an onion train. He never came back.
What food establishment would you like Benihana-ized?
Ooh. Well, so they flick it into your mouth like it,
Yeah,
cook
like
it in front of you?
Greg's.
No,
That's a lot
Because-
of baking.
anything I
It's
buy
a
at
lot
Greg's,
of-
I want to eat in private, like a kind of dog,
That's fair.
you know.
Yeah, and then get straight on the
I
Wii Fit.
think, yeah, exactly. Get straight on the Wii Fit
For
and burn it off.
Yeah.
for a genuine answer that isn't funny, I
Okay.
think any pizza restaurant, because I'd want them to do the thing above me, or
Yes.
maybe like throw it to
Oh,
each
yeah.
other.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
Do
above
the
you.
dough. The dough.
To block out the light.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I'm
good.
talking
That's
The
good.
eclipse.
Yeah.
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 I was
I
going
love
in a
that.
different theoretical direction, which is it would have to be something which had small enough pieces to be thrown into your mouth. So,
Yes.
I mean, like sushi, but that's still Japanese.
We can do a
Yeah.
pepperoni flick in there.
Pepperoni?
You know, pepperoni
Oh,
flick
but-
into your mouth with a pizza for a
Just
pizza.
a whole pepperoni. Like you're envisaging it being like
Oh, right.
Tesco Express. It's Benihana. It's like, great, anyone? Yeah. Just like the security guard just fucking throwing a whole baby bell into your
Like
mouth.
a meal deal.
A Subway where they just throw wilted lettuce at your face.
God,
Yeah.
imagine.
Good.
But Mickey D's would work because like
I feel like
nuggets
Subway
are
is
bite size.
Subway is kind of Benihana. They do kind of make it in front of
Yeah,
you.
they do.
The closest thing
They
we have
do.
to Benihana.
In the most miserable way.
Yeah.
Subway is like, it's the most humiliating fast food place to work at, I think. I've only just had this thought now, but
No, those guys trapped in the mall in the middle. That's
Yeah,
you know, the
yeah.
pretzel guys in the middle. That's sad. They look sad. They don't know where to go. From
Yeah.
all angles, they're being watched.
Yeah.
Not like basically wait for someone to buy a pretzel.
Yeah.
Also,
Pretzel
especially
panopticon
when they are
situation.
made
Yeah,
to have
yeah.
uniform with like a humiliating logo. Like, do you remember, like Tossed, the salad place in Westfield,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
and on the back of their
Yeah, the
t-shirt,
salad
it
place where
says,
they wank you off.
it
yeah.
says "I'm a tosser" at the back of.
Oh,
It says on the back of their t-shirt.
Why
would you do that?
I remember seeing that when I was like at school, and I was like, "This is really sad. I need to get good GCSEs."
Yeah. Little did you know you had the same thing written on
Yeah.
your back, but in like Tipex.
By a bully. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I hate that so much.
I'm just like, no job is worth that. That's just awful. I'm a tosser.
Yeah, it's like twee.
So you're saying the quiet part
And
out
al-
loud,
and al-
CEO? That's so rude.
But that's also such of the time now. If you did it now, it'd be like a throwback. But back then,
yeah.
you know, it's as rude as it gets.
Yeah, exactly.
It would be
I hate
quite
We're in
Brewdog
Westfield,
if you did it
Shepherd's
now.
Bush.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Benihana Brewdog. It was just kind
A
of like,
Benihana Brewdog.
yeah.
I'd like to.
listening.
You know what? I think I'd like
Hello.
to see curry because I cannot make a curry like an Indian restaurant would. I don't know how they're fucking doing it.
Wait,
do you know what I
so
mean?
do
Like,
you want to be at Benihana? Do you want to like?
I feel like I want to see them make the curry so I know what I have to do to get a curry to taste
Do you
like
want
that.
the
Oh,
sauce
okay.
hosed into your mouth?
Yeah, I want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
Benihana's
want it
not
like
like
super soaker.
instructional.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah,
I just
yeah.
can't get the onion volcano down.
Yeah.
Please.
You want a
Throwing like
tutorial,
a
that's what
clod
you
of
want.
chana masala into your mouth like a snowball. Whole samosa just straight down the hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. We used to go to our office used to be in Whitechapel, and Nate and I used to go to this like curry place called the Shalimar Kebab House. But it was kind of more of a cafe than a restaurant. It was like the Bengali equivalent of a greasy spoon. And they used to marinate the chicken in a paint bucket. Like an old, like the 5-liter white emulsion you'd get from Wix, but just full of like curry sauce. And they would just marinate the chicken. And it was honestly the cheapest food I've ever eaten in London.
What was the hygiene
And it was pretty
rating?
good. I didn't
we
even
learned
see.
to not ask questions like that when you see
Yeah,
a paint
yeah.
bucket.
Yeah.
It does sound delicious, to be fair.
Yeah, it sounds amazing.
Their windows were covered in that kind of steel lattice that you only see on police riot vans. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
It felt like the Borstal of restaurants.
Yeah.
Do you think people were rioting to get in or rioting to get out?
Yeah, great question. I feel like it's great in there. There's
I need
also
my bucket.
Are they proud of the bucket? Like you can see the bucket like without even trying. It's not like you're looking over the counter. They're like they proudly pick up the bucket and then take
Home
chicken
of the curry
out.
bucket.
the bucket
show
is
everyone the
it's,
bucket.
It's inside. Oh, there's more than one bucket. First of all, they've got a lot of chicken to marinate.
And by paint bucket, can you see where the paint was?
Elephant's breath.
No, it's still got the label on it. Yeah, Farrow
Oh, it just says, yeah.
Very funny, like bougie. Like, my wife is very into interior design. Okay?
It's like the restaurant goes on for like the redesign and they just have better paint. Better paint boxes. Yeah,
They're very
Farrow
at
and
these
Ball.
prices. We're marinating it in the paint. We get our money's worth. But yeah,
KFC serves chicken in buckets. I feel like chicken and buckets go hand in hand.
yeah, that is true. Maybe there is a natural philosophical tendency, between the chicken and
It's
the
not a
bucket.
real bucket. You can't use that as a bucket.
No.
The KFC bucket.
Have you tried? That sounds
Yeah,
like
so
you
yeah,
tried.
the voice of a
No,
man
I've
who's
never
tried.
tried that.
Well, like you can use it to like
Because
bail
the
out a
oil
ship.
softens the cardboard.
To mop for my pirate
I
ship,
see.
sure.
I think you can. Yeah, there's something about a bucket that's kind of like humble. You know, it's like it's like low status.
Yeah, you'd
And
feed a
there's-
pack animal out of a bucket.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a trough for a person, a bucket. And it's also there's something so indulgent about a bucket. It's so fucked up, you know?
Mm.
That's for like transporting goods and you've got food in it and it's so big. And you've got chicken in it loose.
It's got that
Yeah.
sort of value feel that like an Aldi or a Lidl has, when
Yeah.
it's like everything is sort of
Yeah.
bulk vibes.
You've got way
Mm.
more than you could possibly need.
I'm eating chicken
Yeah.
in bulk.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always what's fun about Aldi and Lidl is you never know what they're gonna have. Like I'm kind of a little stan. I find that like the quality of stuff they have is actually pretty good at the price.
yeah.
But
100%.
when you do the shopping in Lidl, they're always just gonna be like grapes, not this week, cunt.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you thought they were going to be grapes. They usually are.
Yeah.
But this week, no. This week,
It's
we've
ham.
got star anise.
Yeah.
We never normally have it. Better buy it this week. You might not need it this week, but we're never going to fucking have it again.
Yeah,
I'd buy
totally.
4 jars if I was you. And it's like, why can't you have it every week? It's shelf
Yeah.
stable.
They didn't have cucumbers last time I was there. They only had the mini cucumbers that are this big.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
like
yeah.
no normal gyoza, just like apple pie gyoza, tiny
Huh?
ones. Yeah.
Yeah,
Whoa.
Unbelievable, by the way. They
I'm
taste
not
like
going to
a
Lidl for
tiny apple
gyoza.
pie.
Okay, that actually sounds delicious.
Tiny
Guys,
apple bite you can eat with
It's
chopsticks.
like a gyoza filled with sweet cinnamon apple.
Oh.
And I had it with ice cream.
Tiny
Oh,
little
sounds
reservoir
amazing.
of custard in a
Yeah.
little dish, and you're just dipping it
Exactly.
Sorry, someone's cheating on potatoes in broth.
Thank you. Well, actually, I'm entering a new chapter in my life, and
in.
I'm like,
Bella
it's
only
enough.
eats potatoes and broth.
I only eat potato and broth.
Okay, I need to know, like, how did this evolve?
Oh no.
What's
not again.
happening? Is this, I'm sorry, I don't want to
I don't
re-traumatize
know.
everyone.
I
in the
don't know.
pod.
We wanna hear it.
Yeah.
How long do you have? I think basically I just find deep comfort in eating the same thing 3 times a day. And when I lived in
Like a horse.
like a horse,
Yeah,
Yeah. From a bucket.
Yeah. And
They kind of shake out a thing of,
I used to
thing of
live
potatoes.
right next door to a Sainsbury's, and they had chicken and vegetable broth. Love it. Instant mash. Love it. And I just genuinely buy like 16 of each at a time and keep it in my fridge and have it like whenever I was hungry.
And so you
And
have
it was the first thing I told Hugh when I met
it's like
him.
trough food.
Yeah.
If there's no texture
And I'd have
there.
it all in one big bowl, so it would be like kind of concrete of texture, like wet
So
concrete.
you're
Kind of like a
truly
cartoon
are superficial
character.
to you right
It's
now.
Yeah, I don't need them. I do not need them.
And
And,
they look great.
sometimes I would like make it and it would be too hot, so I'd like have a shower, come out, and then it would be perfect temperature, and I just pick it up and like just kind of open the spout and get it in.
Benihana chef flicking
Yeah.
mash into Bella's mouth.
You just let it all go in there. you know?
Benihana, the pie and mash
Yeah.
shop. There we go.
Humiliating to admit.
So you're
but-
trying to evolve out of your own evolutionary niche. I no longer wish to participate in the human animal.
There's something quite
It's a
amphibian
nonsense
about
concept.
it, you know? I
Yeah.
don't know. But
I'm trying to eat like a suffragette being force-fed.
I don't like crunching. I'm too lazy to crunch.
You're kind of just doing like homemade organic
Like if
Huel.
the Teletubbies
Yeah,
were
I am, which is
We're in
funny because I
suffragettes.
hate
Yeah.
the concept
being
of fuel so
force-fed
much.
tubby custards.
And yet it is just
but like
fuel for
an
me.
incredibly well weaponized
Very
noodle.
delicious.
Well, that's the thing. They never gave
Sometimes
the Teletubbies the
pick
vote.
apart a G-string and put it inside.
Yeah. We've got
Jazz it
forking
up.
riffs here.
No, I was
Hugh's
panicking.
engaged.
I was panicking.
Why were you panicking?
Because there were two different conversations, and I was
Sorry,
like,
sorry.
shall I have my own conversation too? Would it be weird to not have my own conversation?
We're talking about how.
No, it's okay. I don't feel it's okay.
You don't want to.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I feel like you didn't like really properly emotionally process the
No,
grief
because
of
I was seeing what was
Benihana.
happening. I saw the two conversations happen. I was saying, what do I do? Do I call everyone's attention?
God.
Does it will it naturally finish at the same time? We just go back into
It's just like my parents' divorce.
Yeah.
Panicking.
for sure.
Terrible.
For sure. Sorry
Yeah.
to remind you of that.
Fine. Well, which one was Jesus and which one was God?
Well, my dad was Jewish, so it's a bit of a shoe in there.
Well, Jesus was Jewish. so-
there we go.
Yeah. God actually canonically not Jewish. Just
Canonically
God's just a guy.
anti-Semitic if
Yeah.
you're keeping up with the news. Of course.
He did cause you guys a lot of problems.
Famously
when
never.
When did your parents get divorced? I want to get into
Wait,
it.
can
I
we
love
all
that
guess?
as a pivot.
Yeah,
That
I
was
wanna get
amazing.
into
Can we
it.
all
Well, and
guess
I really
before
felt
she
that
tells
as well.
us?
Like that was real. That was a real from
I
my
feel
heart
like-
to yours. I'm not going to do the gesture.
Are
But,
you
like-
okay to on the count of 3 for all of us to name an age?
Oh my god, yes. Wait,
Okay, I
let me
think
Wait,
it was-
your age of Eleanor or age of the parents?
Eleanor's age
Okay,
when her parents
yeah.
got divorced.
My instinct is for you, it was pre-10. I think you were like 7.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. We've got 7. Wait, I need a gavel.
Okay. I say 13.
13. What's giving you 13? Wait, I want to ask for information, but I'm also terrified. I'm staring into the void here.
I think
13.
You just
Any
see
advance on 13?
what I like about 13 is I feel like you are a very interesting and creative person, and I think in order for that to happen, you need to fully remember the divorce to let it fuel your personality shaping.
Oh,
sure.
sweet. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, I'm going to bring that up on a podcast in,
Exactly. It's like I'm
Redacted
going to make
years.
this my entire personality
Yeah, yeah.
for a while. Thanks, guys.
I'll
And
let you know
7
when
is
I
too
run out of
early.
steam.
3-5, then your parents have already made peace before you hit adolescence, so it's kind of like just a given.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the point?
I say this with love as a person who has, actually, I don't know if I know you well enough to say this.
No, go for it.
But it's like seeing them fight is something that you would like share as a trauma dump in order to hook up with someone. Do you know what I'm talking about? Okay.
100%.
Be like,
No,
Wait,
no,
he needs to guess.
I'm more of the kind of fact dump
okay.
situation. Like if we want to fuck, I'm gonna tell you about crabs. I'm gonna tell you like a lot
okay,
of facts
okay,
about
I hear you.
geological events.
I have to warn you about my crabs.
Yeah, I brought them in this bucket just so I can shake them out
I've
as a
come straight from
distraction.
Walton on the Naze. I didn't expect to be getting into a sex situation. They need to be fed. Do you have any
A
little
sex
pieces of bacon?
situation. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is why we're in this Benihana.
I'm trying to sell them. Benihana are like, no, we don't buy. We only sell.
The look of treachery on the face of my crabs,
Yeah.
who thought they were getting a new life in the city.
That would be fun to treat a Benihana like those shops on Blackstock Road that like sell iPhones and stuff. Well, I presume you buy and sell. Like I actually brought a shitload of onions.
I just got a load of fire. Do you guys want fire?
Yeah. Do you want pie?
Bringing your crabs to the city, and if it's hermit crabs, they're all like hermiting in like really city things, like I don't know, like a can of Coke or something.
Oh yeah, like Richard
That's
Scarry
Banksy. I think it's
vibes.
Banksy.
That's Banksy.
Do you
Yeah.
think? Crabs in a Coke, yeah.
Oh,
I went to
yeah.
the Banksy shop, and there's a lot of there's a lot of merch in there.
Banksy shop.
There's a Banksy shop. It's like near Tottenham Court Road. But there's they're selling all the merch, and then you can see we can buy the art as like postcards kind of a thing. And I'd say I genuinely don't understand like maybe 70% of them, like what they're trying to say. Like what is Samuel Jackson with a banana trying to say instead of a gun? What does that mean?
Well, we live in a society.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
Come on.
I
It's
reckon
talking
ding,
about
ding,
how
ding.
many people United Fruit killed in the 50s in sort of
There we go, yeah.
Central America.
It's finally a blow against Monsanto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the rat. What's the rat do? You know, what's the rat? There's a rat doing something.
Are you
Oh,
okay?
yeah.
Okay, I'm googling
But
Banksy rat, but
I
you're
was saying like for they're not great metaphors. Like there's a thing with the two policemen kissing, and
Yeah.
like, what is that? What are you trying to say with the policemen kissing? Like, is it like
I can give a guess for that one.
they make out with each other because they're like feeding into each other and they just only care about each other, or is it like it'd be crazy that there'd be gay people in the police?
Well, so they're the Tom Ford of cops.
I guess so, yeah. Like I don't know what is this supposed to make me think about?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The two policemen kissing.
The problem we have here is that you and I just agree. I'm just like, that is crazy.
To be
what
like a
does it mean?
famous piece of street art, and that no one has ever thought like, what is it like? Does this even make any?
Yeah.
Right, and
Yes.
when was it even like? When was it made? Painted? I actually don't
Yeah,
know
so
the verb, but like.
the rat with the heart on the
I feel
wall.
like was
Okay,
peak
So,
my
so
guess-
it was.
My guess for rats with a heart. Okay, so I think, guys, I'm actually going to do a genuine guess.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
cool.
I'm pro this one. We've landed on like a rare like.
You do like this one.
Okay. Like is strong. I can see. I support
So we are
the
talking
rat.
about the
I honor
rat with the heart.
I
Yeah.
think
For
the
basically
people
what
listening.
happened. Yeah, it's a rat that painted a heart. So basically, I think his entire sort of a lot of the universe in which Banksy operates. I'm also not defending Banksy. I am just. This is a hypothesis.
to defend Banksy, I know about the allegation.
the universe in which Banksy sort of exists with his art is like post-apocalyptic.
Yeah.
So my understanding is all of this is happening as a sort of like dystopian sort of future. Do you follow?
Yeah.
And this idea that everybody always talks about how like rats and cockroaches are the only thing that's going to survive.
Yeah.
And so we see them as like vermin and as our enemies, when in reality they themselves have hopes and dreams.
But you've seen this in Ratatouille. We've seen this in Ratatouille.
Wow.
We've seen this in Ratatouille.
And this rat
We've
wants
seen
to be an artist.
Yeah.
This art
Banksy's actually being controlled by a rat.
That's great. That's amazing.
and this rat wants to be an artist.
Yeah.
Can I just say something? I hate the drips. Clean up the fucking drips.
Yeah. Yeah.
It annoys me.
It's only a rat.
I know.
He's trying.
He's not
He's a rat.
opposable thumbs. What do you want from him?
Imagine coming into your house and there's little hearts just above the skirting board, and then the pest control guy's like, "Oh yeah, you've got rats."
I'm afraid you've got Banksy.
Yeah, they are quite creative rats. They're a certain type. Yeah, they're native to Bristol. Yeah.
And this is a Che Guevara rat, and that I think the commentary is that once it's only rats on the planet, they will sort of reinvent all the stuff that we did, and so they would reinvent communism.
Or he's like, I can sell this on a t-shirt.
Look,
Yeah.
Listen.
I tried.
Yeah,
No, we can read this as a pro rat agenda. I'm deeply
No
deeply
one's
pro
saying
pest.
they're not pro rat.
Yeah.
We're all pro rat here.
I just don't think you can
Rat.
assume that. What's wrong with that? Being in the pocket of a big rat who would carry you around
Yeah.
between your daily tasks.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
in the pocket of a smart rat's blazer.
Yeah.
Oh my god! But then, would it be
Yeah.
like?
I'd love it.
Would you be able to touch fur respectfully? Of course.
I'd like to touch her.
Yeah. So you could.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like in like a pouch,
Yeah.
like a marsupial rat.
We're imagining a kangaroo.
Yeah.
You're
Like inside
crazy.
a
You're
pouch.
talking nonsense.
If you were a human living in the rat society, would the rat mafia consider you a snitch?
Yeah, I keep trying to sit on a rat's head as it cooks.
Yeah,
With disastrous effects.
Humanui was a very different.
Is
Humanui
Australian
my
Banksy
maiden name.
is Australian Banksy spray painting kangaroos?
Ooh.
Well, they can't hold still long enough, so no.
Would it have to be like a smaller marsupial?
Or would
Yeah,
it be
they,
the
don't they
bin
have
chickens?
those bin chickens, exactly.
An
Yeah,
ibis, an ibis graffiti.
Sorry,
Yeah, probably.
bin chickens?
They have.
I've had bucket chickens,
The
and now
Australian
I'm
they
white
have
ibis.
ibises.
They have tropical pests in Australia.
It's the most beautiful bird in the world, and they call them bin chickens
Because they
they're
just eat
ungrateful.
rubbish.
God.
They're like foxes,
They're really
I guess.
nice.
Those aren't okay. No
Gorgeous.
tolerance for Australians.
No,
There we go.
they're
Hard
gorgeous.
stance.
A beautiful bird of
Yeah,
paradise
they're
walking
gorgeous.
around your street, and you hate her and call her a bin chicken. Ungrateful.
Yeah.
Oh,
And they make really unusual like noises where I'm like, wow, I'm in
They're like a posh
tropical
bird.
bird.
have
Yeah,
them in the
but
tank
yeah.
as well.
Lotus,
Yeah, sort of like an
But we've got
an
that, but for
outraged
swans.
duchess
Like,
when
not
her
like
skirts
beautiful, but like it breaks your
something to be
toddler's arm.
desired from the
It'll break your
tailor.
toddler's arm. That's one.
Yeah,
love
that's
that.
most
Yeah.
animals.
None of them have skirts
Most
on.
animals will break a toddler's arm.
They could.
They're always bustling.
That's probably
Most
a lie.
animals won't break a
That's
toddler's
probably a
arm.
lie. That's probably a lie.
What age did
Yeah.
Eleanor's parents get divorced at?
Oh,
We're closing some parentheses
Yeah,
here.
we need to. I was
yeah.
getting anxiety.
last year. Too recent to
I like
even
that.
care about.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
be
yeah.
like, oh yeah, they've just, they've grown apart. That
It's
kind
like a
of thing.
relief, if anything, for
Yeah.
you. You're like,
Oh,
thank
yeah.
God they
Yeah.
broke.
The
Thank God
post
it's
the
happened.
post uni divorce is like real. Like, wow, you guys really decided you didn't.
You
like
held
each
on
other.
for me, and it wasn't worth it because now I have like a really unhealthy example of what a relationship
Yeah,
takes.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm really giving the game away here. But when I meet someone whose parents divorced when they were like 27, I'm like, stolen valor, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know,
Okay, so
you
Okay,
don't have
Milo,
the-
you've been given a clue.
go on.
Yeah, I think because I
It hasn't
agree with your
happened yet.
assessment
Pathetic.
that we're in a remembering the divorce
Mhm.
situation. So I think it's like I reckon like 15.
Oh, we're creeping up.
All right.
Mm.
Reveal.
Oh, can I get some kind of ceremony for my childhood? Thank you. Christ, I was 9.
Oh,
There
so
we go.
you're
Wait,
actually
how-
closest.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I was 11 and I kind of feel like it was.
Yeah, yeah.
But the thing is, when you're 9, it's been bubbling from when you were like 5, maybe. You know, like I always knew my parents would get divorced in my gut.
I was, I think I was kind of, I was mostly like tuned out. I was mostly like in the garden hitting a tree with a stick. Actually, when I think about it,
What was the tree?
Wait a second.
What was the tree?
My friend told me about the last time she was at an airport and there were these two people, these like married couple, and they were like ripping bits of flesh out of each other, like fighting tooth and nail. And there was a 7-year-old boy behind them with a suitcase that was like, "Is somebody gonna match my freak? Is somebody gonna match my nesting?" It's like so not paying attention to his parents that were just like insulting each other so deeply and like fighting. And Julie was like, "Is some?" And he just kept on singing the one refrain to
His
himself.
adaptive
Those two
strategy
things
is
are directly
queening out.
correlated.
And I'm just like, wow, like kids are so resilient. Like that's
Yeah.
crazy.
He was watching his parents matching each other's free.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, what is it going to be lighter?
Yeah. I also like, Olga, how you have like a deep and immediate empathy for people with divorced parents, which has brought me to a new theory that the Russian equivalent of your parents being divorced is your parents still being together. Like, you've seen the same degree of like acrimony.
Oh my God, I wish
Yeah.
my parents were divorced, but no, they're hanging in there. I think my parents live in a delusion where they think they think that if they get divorced, my dad is going to die.
Do you think there could be a situation in which it's like, when I feel like my parents need to get divorced. You know that thing where you have to like kill each other's the people that you want to kill. Like if you wanted to kill someone, I kill them and you kill my person. It's like
Oh yeah, strangers on a
we
train.
divorce each other's
Oh my
parents.
God, that was like a reverse parent
Yeah,
trap.
yeah.
Oh my God,
reverse
should we
parent
write
trap.
reverse parent
so
traps?
it's like you trying to take my dad or something like that. Like really kick it off, and then I could try to sleep with your mum or something, and then I could kick it off.
Is
Yeah.
this all a plot for
Yeah,
you to
you've
fuck my
guided this
mom?
conversation
No, I wouldn't.
seamlessly towards
I
that.
don't.
What if I don't know. Sorry, phrasing like, what if I maybe fucked your mom? Like,
No,
like
this
as
is
a
very-
gift.
this
Like,
is
you
very-
insist, if you insist.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I'm going either way.
On your
I'm going either
timetable.
way.
This is
Of
for
course.
this
At a
is
convenient
this is
moment.
for you. This
Yeah.
is for you. I'm thinking
You
You
about
want to
you.
be my new dad?
Yeah,
Come on,
I
then.
guess that would bring us
Look at it.
closer
I'm
together.
He's,
having
he's
to start-
dependable,
Yeah.
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 I have no other qualities that I can offer.
I'd
Yeah.
love to turn around Father's Day for me. Like instead of me having to, it's you
Yeah.
spending time with me instead of me spending time with my dad.
Oh, you can just ask her to hang out, Like, we don't need to be doing all these backflips.
Yeah.
Would you say
I
that
have
your
to
mum
trick
is a
Olga
MILF?
into hanging out with me.
My mom's a MILF. My mom's got some stuff going on.
Yeah.
My mom famously had 3 marriage proposals in her life. The first 2 were on the same day. So when
Whoa.
basically she got pregnant from losing her virginity to my dad. Lol, wear a condom.
Wow.
And
What
so,
Oh, that's like what a maiden would do. That's crazy.
Maiden code. She's maiden maxing.
That's maiden maxing. Yeah.
It's quite Virgin Mary.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
and then my dad was like, I guess we're getting married. And so he asked for my mom's hand in marriage. And as they were walking to my mom, so my grandparents, her parents' house, like their flat, as they were walking up the stairs into the flat, their upstairs neighbor was walking down with a bottle of whiskey and flowers. And then he saw her and he went, I guess I'm too late.
What?
How fucking crazy is
He's
that?
proposing to a young
wow.
woman with a bottle of whiskey.
Oh, I'll also say that he was a university professor and he definitely watched my mom grow up.
Whoa.
Wait, is that crazy?
Yeah, that is crazy. I'm just trying to figure out whether what he might have been late for with a bottle of whiskey. Most things, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just late for everything, I guess, at this point.
Your parents getting engaged and there's like an elderly professor singing Nasty by Tinashe.
Yeah.
Just like someone in the background.
Objecting at the wedding.
On the same
love
day.
to
So
do
like
that. The drama.
that's almost as crazy as saying to someone like, we're going to get married, but also the professor upstairs trying to marry me. Like, it's like, what do you say first when you get to the
There is
when
no
you go
upstairs.
into the
The
flat?
kind of upstairs, downstairs of it all, it feels very Dostoevsky somehow. Like the
yes.
person that lives upstairs is like always watching you. You
Yeah,
know?
it's fucking creepy as hell.
Ugh.
have married the professor.
Yeah, oh, she says this all the fucking time. Are you kidding me?
Like cigarette on the go.
Yeah, she says this all the time.
in many journals. How
Every time she runs out of scotch, she's like, he would have got me a fresh bottle every time he came downstairs.
But also, they should have flagged to my mom's mom that like this offer there's actually a queue. So this is
Yeah,
You
you
don't-
could start a bidding war.
exactly. You don't have to accept the first offer on the table because everyone. And then the third time she got proposed to, she was like fully married with kids, and like she was on vacation, like sitting in a hotel lobby smoking a cigarette, and this guy was like obsessed with her.
Who was the guy?
So she's got aura.
Yeah, she's got aura. She's got mad aura.
Yeah.
Is it long cigarette, long
she's
thin
got
cigarette?
Riz.
It's the same
Or
cigarette she
big
was smoking.
bulky guy.
I think she actually she was always Marlboro Gold, always.
That's classy though.
Always.
Do you know think?
When all the other bitches were smoking Vogues, she was smoking a thickie.
Yeah. Well, I think consistency is so classy because it
She was-
shows that you've got integrity. You know who
I
you
like
are.
that. It's like a signature scent as
Yeah,
well. If there's
exactly.
something, there's class to that.
My mum likes girth in a cigarette. Yeah, there is something about women who like properly smoke cigarettes. I do think this.
Oh my god, are you gonna be her fourth proposal?
Get out of my way, Hugh. I got off the train in Rotterdam recently, and I just walked down. There were like three women, three beautiful women in a row smoking cigarettes, and I was like, Europe. couldn't happen in the UK.
Yeah, it's all elf bars here.
Yeah, there's something so deeply unattractive about like someone in a cloud of watermelon. You know, I'm just like, you don't care.
Yeah.
It's not sexy.
It's not sexy.
Yeah.
You know what I do miss? Remember before the disposable vape craze and before what are they called? Not Zooms, Juuls.
Jules.
There was a time where the vape was huge.
The steampunk vape.
Yeah,
and it made so much noise and it had so much smoke that
So
they
much
had
noise.
I think it had.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah,
a
no,
bubbling
yeah.
happening machine.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
crazy.
hear the bubbling.
Yeah.
Yeah, gross.
And then there was-
Imagine that, the CPAP mask is just pumping you full of vape. It's such a crippling nicotine addiction that your cravings wake you up.
It used to be watermelon iced at 3 a.m. Otherwise, you can't make it through the day.
And there's so much smoke that they used to have like vape smoking competitions, right? With like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
clouds
yeah,
and the
yeah,
shapes
yeah.
that they. And that was
The
that was
Chainsmokers had to
slag.
change their name.
I really want to get a vape, but it's like the same size and dimension of R2D2. So like I bring it, I bring
It's
it.
like wheeling along
Yeah,
behind you.
I bring him here. Like there's someone that kid's like a AI is like driving it with for me. I bring it into like big podcasts and
And you
stuff.
just drag him along
you
with
know.
like a tube.
I come, I go, come here, and then I just take a big sucker off him, and then I'm back on podcast.
The mouthpiece should be at like tit height on R2D2.
Sometimes if I'm a prisoner, like the top will open up and a vape will shoot out and I grab it like that, like Luke Skywalker. You know?
It doesn't have quite the same aura as like a cig break at work. It's like, so I'm just going to go suckle on the teat for
Yeah. Me and
just real quick.
R2D2 got to go in toilet.
My fantasy is exactly the same, but mine's Jabba the Hutt. Just in the folds.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
grab
yeah.
it by the folds.
It's in the fold.
A
Or you
desktop
mean
job of the
he
Hutt.
puts you in the floor and you vape underneath the prison with the Rancor? Sorry, the rank. Yeah,
Yeah.
Star Wars. Yeah.
The Rancor would have one of the big old-fashioned vapes.
Oh
I
yeah,
think.
he'd have a big unit.
Yeah.
Big
The
unit.
Rancor has like a guy who goes to Games Workshop vibe, I think.
Yeah,
Who's the Rancor?
the Rancor
Yeah.
is the big. He's
Permission to Google. I'm
he's
Yeah.
a big monster that he gets crushed by a big door.
Yeah, he's
There's
the
a lot of
monster
different
that
monsters get crushed
Oh,
by
wow.
things.
that
Remember
Jabba the
him?
Hutt
Rancor's
has.
big.
Yeah.
Which movie was he in?
He was in Return of the Jedi. Luke Skywalker killed him with a big door.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Jabba and Rancor together.
Let's see.
Yeah. In the good
That's
old
What
very
he's
days.
sweet.
wearing.
That's sweet.
Oh no, that's Jabba. Sorry, that's Jabba, but that's Rancor next to him.
Rancor.
Yeah.
what was the like really shit like last Star Wars movie? It was like the last the first Sky. There was something Rise of Skywalker. I want to say
the last ones aren't very good.
Yeah,
sure.
It was. I was absolutely convinced because like there was this big splash about how there was going to be like the first gay kiss in the Star Wars canon in this movie, and I came out of it thinking like, wow, that's really fucked up that they made the first lesbian kiss between like a human woman and a big yellow slug, and I went around telling everyone this, and then I watched it again and. 2 human women kiss triumphantly at the end, and there's a big yellow slug staring at them, and I had retconned it into a slug kiss and told everyone I know about
That's the funniest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah, I was outraged. I was like, they've robbed the lesbians of this. No, I did that. I did that to the lesbians.
Funny. You are so heteronormative that you were like, no, a slug over a woman.
Please, ladies, let the slug have a turn. Step aside.
It was also very funny though to be like, we're taking a big risk here. Like, imagine seeing 2 women kissing. Yeah. Everyone's gonna hate it.
For like 0.4 seconds.
Yeah.
I don't blame my brain for misediting that. Please.
We're watching a show for another podcast at the moment. It's that show Chaos on Netflix.
Oh, I've heard of it. Jeff Goldblum?
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum. It's not good.
It's about like ancient Greece, but in modern life.
Yeah.
I tried to watch it and I was like,
I really hate.
You know
that
the
kind of
moments
stuff.
where they like, try and have a comical moment, like
So
a kind of
like a true
farcical
Achilles.
moment, and I'm like,
Yeah.
For some reason, it just does not hit.
Yeah, it's really weird. But they basically, there's this one thing that so they're kind of like retelling all of these Greek myths, but they get all of them wrong. And like so wrong that like even just a child who's read a mythology book would know that they're wrong. It's not even like me being like, well, actually, if you go into the text, like it's like, no, it's fucked up levels of wrong.
Even if you don't have a nasal voice, you can know that it's wrong.
Yeah, exactly. But then one thing they keep doing is they keep writing gay plot lines into the myths that don't make any sense, despite the fact that this is set in ancient Greece, the gayest place on earth. Like, if you wanted gay storylines, like there are so many available that you could have just picked from the source material, but you're just like, they made Theseus gay? Like, the whole deal with Theseus is like several heterosexual relationships that he had. Like, if you take those away, there's no Theseus story, really.
He has to yearn for the tea.
Yeah.
Otherwise, nothing that he does makes sense.
And the guy that's like in a band, oh my God.
Oh yeah, Orpheus is in a band.
Oh,
He's like in the equivalent of Coldplay. It really, I couldn't.
Oh, shoot
I
it.
couldn't-
Okay, the thing is, you're all saying this stuff, and I'm sold.
I
The more you say, the more I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so where's Jeff Goldblum in all of this?
He's Zeus.
Oh dear.
Is he doing like a Jeff Goldblum thing as Zeus, or is he trying to do something different?
He's like, well, I'm Zeus. I gotta find my lucky watch.
Yeah, that's so.
Can't find my lucky watch.
He's too much of a twink to play Zeus.
Yeah. You need like a kind of beefy bear.
Yeah,
man
you
for
need
Zeus,
someone burly. You'd be
Yeah.
like, yeah, sure,
Chalamet,
you
you need
fling
Chalamet.
lightning at people.
Yeah.
Chalamet as Zeus. Zendaya.
Yeah.
Zendaya as Hera.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Hera.
Who
else?
I think the real question is if
Austin
Chris
Butler
Martin
as Apollo.
Yeah.
Wow.
If Chris Martin is Orpheus, if they took Gwyneth Paltrow into the underworld, would he go to retrieve her?
No.
Would he be like, okay, I don't have a coin for the ferryman, but
There's a diet that's just.
I could play you a song. It's just a little one we've been working. He's got like the piano with him somehow. The ferryman's like, yeah, I'll
She's
just
there
take you.
steaming her vag in the hellfire.
You actually only need 6 pomegranate seeds.
Yeah.
Can I tell you a Coldplay thing?
Yeah.
Please.
So Coldplay were performing while I was in India, and I think they were in Mumbai, and basically they were doing this whole show. Have you seen this?
Yes.
And then they were like, "Thank you so much, India. Thank you so much for forgiving us for everything we've done."
Whoa.
Yeah.
British people or Coldplay specifically?
Only
They're
Coldplay.
like, we'll forgive the British, but not Coldplay.
Only Coldplay have been forgiven for colonialism.
Wow.
It was the
Wow.
craziest thing I've ever heard anyone say.
That is.
This is
Wild.
another thing that Coldplay did that was crazy that happened when I saw them in Glastonbury was I don't know. So I think this was like this. Everyone knew this happened, but no one quite realised it.
Thank you so much, Somerset, for forgiving us for everything we've done.
But
They did all those murders in Midsummer.
Yeah.
So everyone knows Coldplay are going to finish with Fix You. That's what they do. Anyway, everyone's waiting for Fix You to come out, and then they get halfway through the song, right? They bring out Marty McFly
Oh yeah.
Right, and they sit him down. They've got the guy, like they bring him out,
He has
and then
Parkinson's, right?
yeah, and then
Yeah,
Chris
Michael J.
Martin
Fox, yeah.
like sings to his face that he'll fix him.
Oh no!
Like it's like he's looking into his eyes and doing it. Like it's really like it's like it's just. What do you think? What do you think's happened? Like
It's like an evangelical
Yeah.
healing soap. But
Yeah.
Oh.
Imagine if it worked though. Like,
Yeah,
imagine
no.
if he just got up out of that wheelchair.
But imagine if he came up and he said like a racial slur into the, and then you're like, he gets up and like everyone's like whoa, and he's like suddenly it's just like he just does the Sieg Heil on stage. You're like maybe
Put
not.
him back, yeah.
put
Yeah,
him
yeah,
back.
yeah.
Don't think like
The
you know.
goopification
Yeah.
of Chris Martin. He now
Yeah.
believes in all the crystal stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah, but they say it's incredible. Like, but they don't phrase when everyone's like loved it, but they never say it's during the song "Fix You," because if you said that, then you'd be like, that's fucked up. But if it was during like Clocks, you'd be like, oh great.
Oh,
he's having a lovely
He doesn't
time.
have a single opinion about Clocks.
Yeah.
I was also at that Coldplay performance, and on the way up there, I was with Annabelle, one of her friends, had then gone for a wee, and I was waiting for them, and I was like, oh, I might as well have this as well. I went into the urinals, and I bumped into Rajiv, who was in the middle of like becoming higher than any man has ever been. And he was like, because he'd like lost all of his friends, and he was like panicking, and he was like, this is destiny. And I'm like, I will look after you. This is fine. And then we go up the hill, and then I'm kind of like a bit high, but I'm like, you know, when you're the least high person, it's like land of the blind, one-eyed man is king. So I'm just kind of reassuring Rajiv, keeping him on the straight and narrow. And then we stand in front of these women because you have to stand in front of someone, but it's obviously we're on a slope. So, and then they go, oh, come on. And I'm like, where could we possibly have stood that's not in front of someone? Like, but you can also just move. If you don't want to be stood behind us specifically, you can go stand behind someone else or in front of someone else. It's like, it's very much, it's human centipede. Like there's no, anyway. And so then we stand there and they're kind of like harumphing behind us. And Rajiv's kind of not really that aware of this. And then when Coldplay start playing, he just, at one point, I don't remember what song it was, I think it might have been Clocks, he just turns around and just goes, I wrote this.
Yeah.
And it's like, how are you aware enough to be doing bits right now? This is incredible. Like, you can barely see. Yeah, they did not find it funny.
And wait, this was on the Traitors?
Oh yeah, they had a rowing challenge on the Traitors.
Love.
Oh, yeah, I remember
Would you
that.
be a traitor?
It's not really up to Olga.
No, but you can set.
But
You
you get selected.
can
randomly,
get
don't
selected.
I usually get really nervous in situations like that, but historically I have been pretty good at lying.
What?
When you've
At
been
being
in a
traitorous?
castle with strangers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been being traitorous to me.
One of my favorite tweets of all time is someone's like, everybody's talking about challengers, but this scenario is commonplace and oftentimes inconvenient for me. And so me about traitors be like, what, you have never been in a castle where you've been randomly selected to kill a bunch of people? I guess we come from different worlds.
I don't understand what the premise of the Traitors is.
It's
so
like
I've never
Mafia or
watched it.
Among Us, where it's like
okay.
20 people and then 3 of them are secretly traitors, and then you need to guess who the traitors are.
Oh, okay.
And the entire time they're like, I'm not a traitor.
It's about
Okay, yeah.
it's trust. It's about trust.
But how would you figure out who the traitors are? Like, do they have to like do something secretly?
So I think there's a game that while you're on it you play and you think it's like being on Deal or No Deal where you think there's a thing that you can do but actually there's nothing really you can do. It's
Yeah,
just,
well,
it's
you
just
can
your-
vibe. It's just
You can vote
Instinct.
them out, and then
Right.
after they voted out and leave, they say whether they were a traitor or not.
Right, and then like the first few episodes are like this insane popularity contest where
And
it's just
anyone
like, I
who's,
don't know,
like,
there's
got a
something off about him.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it'll be like
Yeah.
this person's
And
like
there
He's
was-
ugly.
Yeah.
like hasn't made
Do
friends.
you remember the one?
all the ethnics get voted off.
Yeah.
It's true, though. It's horrible.
So
Yeah,
I obviously watch it with a kind of. It's crazy how they'll be like, the guy's like he's a doctor and a really nice guy, but there's something off about him.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they get rid of him every time. It's an ethnic person.
It's
If
fun.
you like, if you're hearing this, you go like watch every single series.
Yeah.
The first 8 people are all ethnic people,
Yes.
and the reason they're voted off is because they're too nice and like it's impossible for them.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
last
yeah.
be in
5
the
were all
game.
white.
Yeah. It's like, oh, this she's kind of suspicious somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't put my
Fucked.
finger on it.
I remember there was
Yeah.
one that was like, I think you're a traitor because when we all did a toast, you didn't raise your glass, and the girl had one arm.
Yeah.
And she was
Yeah.
like, I have one arm. And everyone was like, Oh yeah. And
What
then
was
they
she doing
saw-
with the other arm though? To be fair,
I
it's a
don't know.
one-armed activity. in its own.
I don't know, but it was like, and then they obviously voted her off, and she was.
Yeah.
I swear, some of them are so clearly race-based that
Yeah.
there's no fucking way that people aren't saying that in talking heads.
Yes.
And I bet the producer's just cutting it out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because if you were a person of color, you'd obviously be like, guys, come on.
Yeah.
And I bet the producers are like, chop, chop, chop,
Yeah,
chop,
yeah,
chop.
Yeah.
It's
Crazy.
a tough show on which to be like a guy who looks like what the Victorians drew criminals. Like it's just about my eyes are really close together. Like, you know, I've got like a unibrow. I've got like a big forehead. Like
they get round a table and they bring out the calipers.
yeah.
I dress as Fu Manchu. I've got a big. Yeah, I'm dressed
we
like.
can't let him off. He's so wise.
I'm like I come as Nosferatu.
Surely he knows who the
I've
traitors
got a big
are.
moustache. I think it is going to be. I talk like Nosferatu.
It's also like
I am not a vampire demon. I don't have a sex with anyone. No curse attached to the sex either. I'm just a normal guy.
I wasn't just living in the castle before you arrived.
No, I come from not a castle. I live in Shoreditch. Shoreditch.
in the
I live in a
regular
Shoreditch.
Vanian families.
Can we
that's
see the
right.
top of your head? No, I don't think it's best to see the top of my head. It's not important.
I really hope I am wrong about this. Marilyn, we have really bonded over the course
What, you
of
don't
this
all
show.
sleep during day?